Hello, dear animal lovers. Today, we're going on an exciting journey into a world that is both very familiar and deeply mysterious. We're going to explore the inner lives of our beloved cat friends. Cats! Have you ever looked into your cat's eyes and wondered what thoughts are swirling behind those captivating glowing orbs? They seem to hold ancient secrets, a quiet wisdom that has fascinated humans for thousands of years. From being worshipped as gods in ancient Egypt to being cherished members of our modern families, cats have always had an air of mystery around them. Their independent nature, mixed with moments of incredible affection, makes them some of the most puzzling creatures we share our lives with. It's this mystery that draws us to them so strongly. Unlike dogs, whose feelings often seem to be written on their wagging tails and eager-to-play faces, cats are masters of being subtle. Their language is made of quiet glances, slight ear twitches, and the almost unnoticeable flick of a tail tip. This complexity can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, with some people wrongly thinking that cats are distant or can't feel deep emotions. But my friends, nothing could be further from the truth. A cat's heart is a deep and complex ocean of feelings, and learning to understand its currents is one of the most rewarding experiences a person can have. It takes patience, careful watching, and an open mind to truly appreciate the depth of their inner world. Think about how they act. One moment, they're a soft ball of fluff, kneading their paws, demanding all your attention and love. The next, they're lone hunters, tracking unseen prey in the living room with the focus and intensity of their wild ancestors. This two-sided nature isn't a sign of being emotionally distant. Instead, it's a window into their rich and complex personality. These are creatures who walk a fine line between the wild world they came from and the cozy world they now live in. Understanding their feelings means appreciating this amazing background and knowing that their emotional displays are special, shaped by thousands of years of being both a hunter and a friend. So, let's peel back the layers of this beautiful mystery together. We'll go beyond simple guesses and dive into scientific research and heartwarming stories that show the true emotional abilities of these incredible animals. Is their purr always a sign of happiness? Can they feel jealousy, grief, or even a type of empathy? Get ready to be amazed and maybe even look at that quiet cat curled up on your couch in a whole new way. The world of cat feelings is vast and wonderful, and our exploration is just beginning. Let's take the first step into this amazing world. When we talk about animal emotions, we often start with the most basic ones, the feelings that are needed for survival. With cats, these are easy to spot. Think of the raw animal fear a cat shows when faced with a big barking dog, their back arched, hair standing on end, hissing like a tiny steam engine. This is a clear and unmistakable sign. In the same way, we easily recognize anger or aggression by flattened ears, narrowed pupils, and a low growl, defending its territory. These are instinctive reactions built into their DNA to help them deal with threats and challenges. These basic emotions are the building blocks of their more complex inner life, the foundation on which all other feelings are built. But a cat's emotional world is much richer than just these survival instincts. Let's consider happiness or contentment. We often link this with purring, and while that's often true, it's a more complex signal than we might think. A cat might purr when it's happy and relaxed on your lap, but vets will tell you that cats also purr when they're in pain or stressed, possibly as a way to comfort themselves. True joy often shows up in other, more subtle ways. The slow blink, often called the cat kiss, the gentle head bumping where a cat leaves its scent on you, and playful, energetic zoomies that show pure delight in life. On the other side of the coin is sadness or distress. A sad or down cat might lose its appetite, stop grooming itself, or avoid social interaction, hiding away for long periods. These changes in behavior can be brought on by big life events like losing a friend, human or animal, a stressful move to a new home, or a long absence of their favorite person. These aren't just simple reactions, they're lasting emotional states that can deeply affect a cat's well-being. Learning to spot these signs is super important for any good cat owner because it helps us give our furry friends the comfort and support they need during tough times. So we can see that a cat's emotional range is wide and varied. It goes from the basic and natural to the subtle and complex. They experience clear states of fear, anger, and joy, but also more complex feelings like worry and sadness. The key for us as their human companions is to really learn their unique language. We need to look past the obvious signs and pay attention to the full picture of their body language, sounds, and daily habits. Only then can we truly understand how deeply and broadly our cats feel, moving beyond simple labels to a deeper, more caring connection. Beyond the basic feelings needed for survival, science and countless stories tell us that cats can feel more complex, deeper emotions. These feelings need a certain level of thinking and self-awareness. One of these feelings is jealousy. Imagine you bring a new kitten home. Often the older cat suddenly becomes distant, hissing at the new cat, or even starts peeing in other places. Is this just about protecting their space? Or is it jealousy, feeling upset about losing affection and attention? This behavior suggests complex social interactions. The cat knows about its special bond with its human. It sees the new cat as a rival for a valuable thing, love and attention. This isn't just about protecting food or a sleeping spot, it's about social connections. The cat might try to squeeze between you and the new kitten, or become more demanding of your affection. This shows they know about social order and worry about their place in the family. While we should be careful not to overdo it by giving human traits to animals. Another surprisingly complex emotion is frustration. A classic example is a cat sitting at the window for hours, watching birds. Their tail twitches like crazy, their jaws chatter. The cat is excited, their hunting instincts are on, but they can't finish the hunt. This inability to satisfy their instinct leads to emotional frustration. Sometimes this turns into bad behavior or aggression if it's not handled with play. In these moments, we see how truly deep a cat's inner world is. They form expectations, they have desires, they feel emotional stress when their desires aren't met. They seem to understand social connections and feel unsure when these connections are threatened. These complex feelings show how smart and emotional cats are. This challenges old ideas. Cats are not distant, but smart creatures. They deserve our respect and close attention. The social life of cats is an amazing tapestry, woven with threads of deep friendship and fierce rivalry. While their wild ancestors were mostly lone hunters, domestication changed their social structure. In places where there's plenty of resources like in our homes or in managed stray cat groups, cats can form complex and stable social groups. Within these groups, true friendships can blossom. You can see this in pairs. In groups of cats, they will sleep curled up with each other, groom each other, greet each other with gentle nose boops, and intertwine their tails. These are not random actions. These are clear signs of a good social connection. These friendships, often called preferred associations by experts, are built on trust and liking each other. The question of whether animals, especially cats, can feel empathy. To feel empathy is one of the most talked about and interesting topics in animal behavior. Empathy, in its simplest form, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. While it's super hard to prove this scientifically, countless stories from cat owners all over the world suggest that cats can have a kind of emotional connection. Many people say that when they are sad, crying, or sick, their cat seems to sense their sadness and changes its behavior. A cat that's usually independent might suddenly become a constant companion, curling up on their chest, purring softly, or gently touching their face with a paw. Is this true empathy? Or are cats just reacting to changes in our behavior and voice? It's probably a bit of both. One touching story I remember was about two old cat brothers who were always together for their 16 years of life. When one of them passed away from kidney failure, the other one fell into a deep sadness. He would sit for hours on his brother's favorite sleeping spot, sometimes letting out a soft, sad meow. He stopped grooming himself and showed little interest in food or playing. His human family was heartbroken not just by the loss of one cat, but by the other's clear sadness. Only with lots of patience, extra cuddles, and vet help did the surviving brother slowly start to come out of his grief over several months. Thanks for joining us on this trip into the emotional world of cats. If you liked this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment about your experiences with cat emotions.